New personnel, the new job going for you?
Well, it's been going great, man. And we have a great group of guys. It's been a lot of fun to work with. The coaching staff has been outstanding, and everybody's been all in.
NCAA is changing some rules on you here. What do you think of the recent
Yeah,
kickoff?
well, I saw that earlier this year, and apparently they've passed it. So it's going to force, the kick units and return units to come up with some new strategy.
Do you think it eliminates kickoffs without actually physically eliminating them?
Well, it's going to be an experimental thing this year, but I'm sure some teams are going to come up with some ideas that's going to create even more issues. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll still see some returns because of some kicks being placed in different spots on the field, being shorter, being longer. Probably help some of the guys that don't have very strong legs. But we'll definitely see some different strategy.
What do you think are some of the issues that could arise with this change?
Ball being mishandled, different type of kicks, win situations, that type of thing. Balls being kicked out of bounds, probably a little bit more. But like I said, it's going to be very experimental.
What brought you out here, Bobby? When Mario came to you, what was the decision you had to make and the final decision you made?
Well, I've always been intrigued by Oregon. Came out here in the late 90s when I was at Michigan State, and it was an incredible atmosphere. Wasn't a good result for Michigan State because we got beat pretty good. But I always watched this program from afar. Back in, I think it was 2014, the first year of the college playoff, Oregon got in, and Alabama was in, and so we had a chance to, break down Oregon, and was really impressed by, the style, the flair, and just intrigued by this program.
What was the sales pitch, though, from Cristobal?
Well, of course, we worked together at Alabama, and we had a great working relationship. And Coach Cristobal he's a relentless coach, and brings a lot of energy and a lot of excitement. And I saw the challenge and accepted it.
You have some philosophy, special teams wise, that you bring or that you've done there. Do you adjust it to personnel?
Well, yes, we had some success at Alabama in the kicking game, and so we're bringing some new ideals here, and they have embraced what we're doing, and the guys have been all in. So it should be interesting to see how well we grasp and take the next step in our development as we go forward.
You you're in favor of playing some of your top guys on special teams, or you go with the theory that you want to use some more depth guys? What's kind of your idea of the personnel you
Well,
want?
I've always been able to play the best guys on the units because, that's a third of the game. And it's very important, and there are a lot of plays to be made in the kicking game. And but you also use, some reserve players too, because you can't use, your starters all the time. But at least, those guys are going to be very a big part of the personnel we utilize. Some of these guys played really well last year on special teams. Some of them were starters. So we're looking at doing some of that, but also looking at some of the younger players and even some of the guys that are walk-ons. So, those guys pretty much stand out a lot because they do a lot of the work on the scout teams. So we're looking at everybody, and everybody's been in.
Last 10 years, you were around championship football, winning about 4 of them. What was the biggest takeaway that from Alabama that leads to a championship program?
Correction, 5.
5. Miscounted by 1.
Played and coached in 6. But it's just the challenge of sustaining at a high level. That's probably one of the most difficult challenges that we had was being able to come back and perform and compete at that level, knowing that everybody, you use everybody's big game. So, Coach Cristobal has done a great job of establishing a culture here, and it's going to be a process. And it started way back, in January when the staff was put together, and the team came off a bowl appearance, and it's just been a steady build-up. So it's a day-to-day challenge, and so far in 10 practices, we've seen a lot of progress.
How many total seconds have you seen Nick Saban smile for?
Jeez. Well, I was with Coach Saban for 18 years, and that's a long time in a lot of different places. But he's had some good moments, and every now and then you'll see a little smile on his face.
Do you remind Mario that you've got 5 and he's got 3?
Well, it's always, to even be at that point where you get one. It's always something, proud to be a part of. But that's what we're trying to get this program, to see if we can get to that level to where we can, be at a championship level program.
Matt Maine, how close do you think the Ducks are? I mean, you've seen the talent at Alabama. How close is Oregon to the talent level?
Well, it's hard for me to say right now. What I do know, they've had a taste of being in that championship arena, so they know what it's like to be there. It's just getting to that point where you can get the program to that point and then eventually get over the hump and win a championship.